I had to put the acoustic panels up because it's too echoey in here, which is what's behind me. The movie posters are panels.
Oh. Got it.
They're not just for show.
Oh, I gotta remember to put my money down on my Steam Deck today.
Do it today. You'd always you can get. I was going to actually say this on the podcast. Actually, I'll wait.
It's not that expensive, honestly. I mean, if it's to December, I've got plenty of time to save up.
Just fucking scalp it, bro.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. Should I get the big boy one then?
Yeah, we get the big boy one. You just. I'm gonna. I'll say this on the pod, but I was gonna be like, you can like get your revenge, chef's revenge.
You think it's really gonna be like that?
Yeah, I need to get a carpet for this. A little 8x8 carpet, or not even that.
Little 8x8 carpet. Oh, I saw us go live.
Oh, feels weird to be in the sunlight. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, you're not in your little cave.
I know. I'm not in my little cave. No green screen.
Ash
too.
is the one that's in the cave now.
Well, it's only
He's
because
created-
my curtains.
A curtain light. I have-
In the daytime, it's like too much light. So
It was
we're
was
doing that
dark
stuff.
and rainy here for like 2 weeks, and it's bright and sunny. So there's no way I'm not taking advantage of it.
Yeah, I mean, if I just
It's not Sunday. No, it's not.
No,
that
today's
might be
Saturday.
too bright now.
Astute observation. Hellfire.
I just have to now since I'm using a DSLR, I have it like super janky set up on my monitor.
Yeah, I gotta
have,
set.
like, I
gotta
have like
set
one of
my-
those shitty like spider tripods that are like attached to the monitor, and so it just isn't very. It's like very shaky.
Yeah, I need to get like a little mini tripod set up behind my desk, like pop up and over to shoot.
Yes, was it nice having sunlight?
It's nice having. I literally just set up my desk today, so like I was gonna do it yesterday, but now that means I can actually start working on the basement.
Yeah. What's the plan with the basement?
Nice.
So where my office, remember where my office was before, right?
Yeah.
So that's gonna be the home theater, that area.
Oh, sure.
Because like we were thinking about putting it like further down the basement, but then it's like right underneath like where I am right now, so it's like where the bedrooms are. So like when kids come into play, not necessarily a good thing to have when
Yeah.
you're blaring a movie or games or whatever.
How's the first week of work been? Get your bearings.
I'm getting there.
It's gonna take. It's just like the funny thing about,
A lot.
especially for you since you haven't worked an office job probably in forever, is
15 years.
The first like month is just learning the processes of the job.
Yeah, I don't have that
Process
luxury.
protocols.
I have a week to learn everything.
I mean, it doesn't matter what they're telling you. It's still gonna take.
Yeah, I
time.
know.
Like, you know what I mean? Like it could be like, oh, you got to start working now, but it's gonna be like you're gonna be figuring all that shit out for months to come.
I know. And it's like stressful as fuck. Super stressful. it's
Yeah, man, you got this though.
No, but I know. It's just like, but like I had, like I'm doing my onboarding stuff now, which is essentially getting, accustomed to the company and everything like that. And then I have, I'm like also still doing stuff. Like I almost went to Buffalo yesterday because I was like, I'm also trying to be like the point person with people in the, for onset or any problems or issues or things with cloud devices. So, Dom,
Don't
we
go
should,
to Buffalo, not worth it.
I know, definitely. We should talk actually, if you want, with your company. Now we can work together.
This salesman.
Hey man, I'm just trying to help.
Do you get a commish?
No, I do not. I'm just more or less trying to make sure that you guys are good. That's really my payment
Wait, you
is
guys
your
as in, like,
happiness.
USA Today?
Huh? Yeah.
Oh, I don't give a shit about any of that. Wait, are we live?
Yeah, we are live. We're not recording though.
Oh. Okay.
Turn Dom up a bit. He's quiet as fuck. Well,
No
he's
one's-
all.
There you
way
go.
up.
No one from my
Ooh.
job watches this shit anyway.
No, I know, but like it might be nice to. We should talk either way.
Tom,
Nah,
do you go
I
to
don't, I
barber?
don't want to. I don't give a shit if anything goes easier at my job. What'd you say, Josh?
Do you go to a barber?
I do go to barber. Yes.
Sorry, I just went for the first time, and I've like no
Who,
homo.
who cut
been-
your hair if you don't go to a barber?
I used to go to a girl that works at a
Myself.
salon.
I cut my own hair.
Oh, so you
And-
oh okay,
but it's
hairdresser.
a different. It's correct, yes.
Yeah,
And like I
my
went
barber is a
to-
female, but she's a barber.
Right. So I went to a barber shop, like a men's barber shop this last week.
Yeah.
And I've been like, no lie, like eyeballing, I don't know. Cause I guess like after that, it's like changed my my perception on like keeping a beard and kind
Well,
of like
there's
styling
the
your
difference
hair
between a barber and a hairdresser. There are differences of reason. Like there are reasons you would go to either. A barber is, I think, just more tailored for like I would say like men's cuts in general, and then
Yeah.
like also obviously shaving and all that shit.
Yeah.
My barber, her name's Masako. She's this awesome fucking. She's been barbering for so goddamn long. She's great. I wouldn't trade her for the world. And she gives me. I've been going like, well, it's actually a bummer. My barbershop closed down in the pandemic and did not reopen. And my barber was the dude who owned the barbershop, and he moved to Japan. And Misako, who I've known forever, she was a barber in that barbershop. Once he moved, I was like, all right, Misako, let's do it. And she's great. But
Nice.
yeah, going to a barber is the real deal. Especially if you like get it next time you like don't want a beard, get a professional shave. It's the nicest feeling in the
Like a
world.
hot shave.
Why did
It's
why did
wonderful.
we not tweet ourselves in our Discord or announce?
Dude, it takes forever sometimes, man. Sometimes, like I'll go live and like 5 minutes later, I get the everyone.
Be
It's
sick,
like
you're
super
failing.
weird.
All right.
No, it's just like shit lag sometimes.
Okay. You guys ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Overachievers Gaming Podcast. I am your host, Vash, joined as always by Ashy Pastrami and Chef Kronda. Ashy Pastrami. Yes, Ashy Pastrami.
Like
And
a like a Midwestern Ashy pastrami.
a little, I'm just like thinking of minestrone, so just like, that's just what it is.
There you
Yeah, so here we are, episode 58.
We haven't had an episode with the boys in like a few weeks, actually.
I know.
Yeah,
it's-
I've not been in a single state like all
Long
of
enough.
June, pretty much. So
Yeah, so it's been either me or Crondo or me and Dom, or the three of us haven't seen each other in like
big
what
shout
feels
out
like
to
forever.
who came on while I was gone. You had Big Papa,
Big Papa
first, and then
MJ.
Chewbacca.
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 Yeah,
Chewbacca.
big shout out to those dudes for coming in. I actually, it's funny, while I was in Seattle, I think that at the time you guys did it, I could have came on. I think that's when you had, I don't remember who you had on, but I think I could have done it. I was like, I woke up to the Twitch notification. I was like, oh, I could probably have done this.
That's
So I was
okay.
happy that someone else was there. It would have been like my headphones in my laptop anyway. So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Um,
it's funny because I'm about to leave again. So I'm glad we got to do this today because if not, I would have been gone again for 2 weeks.
where are you headed now?
Well, tomorrow I'm actually going to Maryland to see my parents. They're going to be in town. They I don't know if I told you, they moved to Florida months ago.
Oh
They're
no.
coming
Oh,
back.
what part?
They're coming back to Baltimore this weekend. They're in Port Charlotte.
I don't know where that is
It's like
actually.
outside Miami.
Oh,
But then so tomorrow I'm going to see them because they're coming up for my dad's 80th birthday. So it's like a birthday party at like a little restaurant in Little Italy. So I'm gonna literally drive 4 hours tomorrow to see them, 4 hours back home because on Monday at 6 a.m. we got a flight to Colorado. We're gonna be there for like a week and a half, little vacation. Gonna try to see Hellfire while I'm out there. Get some of this pizza he's talking about, like some fucking Colorado pizza. I don't know.
Colorado pizza is
um,
like huge.
Every place has their own fucking pizza, and I'm sure it's all good, but it's just a funny thing.
It's so different from New York style pizza. Like,
Oh,
extremely
people think
different.
I'm like a pizza elitist. People think, oh man, I don't know. I'm like, I love all pizza. I don't give a shit.
oh, I'm not talking shit. I'm just saying.
No,
it's
no,
definitely-
I'm saying more of an overall thing. People are like, oh my god, Dom, you're from New York. Like you make pizza. You must be so snobby about pizza. I'll have the shittiest pizza.
That's
I
because of
don't
your
care.
boy.
It's still
Your boy,
delicious.
your boy Dave Portnoy gives you a bad rap.
Dave Portnoy is a fucking idiot. At me, Dave Portnoy. I would love to fight Dave Portnoy. Put me some gloves.
I
on
don't think that it would be
motherfucker.
much of a contest. I don't think he's
No,
a
it
fighter.
wouldn't. I'd fucking ruin that person. He comes to my fucking city and talks about pizza like he knows what he's talking about.
Is it true though? Is New Haven like the best pizza there?
All pizza. New Haven, Connecticut, you mean?
No, I don't know. Actually, I have no idea
No.
where. But I just know that his thing is that like New Haven, wherever that is, either in New York, New Jersey,
Connecticut.
or
No, it's-
okay. Well, he thinks that's like the best pizza in
It's
the
not.
U.S.
It's
What the
not.
fuck does he know about anything? That
Well,
dude
he
knows
eats-
nothing about anything. He's such a fucking ding dong. I hope somehow it's never gonna happen.
New
I
Haven
hope he
is-
hears this.
New Haven is okay. Like it's decent, but like I mean, my favorite still is like Colony Pizza, which is what I had last night. We have a friend in from LA, and we took her to Colony Pizza, and that to me is my favorite pizza.
Well, you can take me there when I come visit.
It's edge to edge cheese. I don't think you've had it yet, Dom, but it's very good. Like we actually just found another spot near us that because they only do pizza. That's all they do. And it's because it's a bar, so it's like bar and pizza. There's no other food. But like we found this other spot that's near us too that'll do like it's a sports bar, it's pizza, wings, all sorts of stuff. The wings are really good too. So
Who's hanging out? Who's in town?
Ashley Kaufman.
Oh, I don't know. Actually,
You don't know her.
I do.
She's friends with Aaron and Eli.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, it's not bad. So anyway, this is the Overachievers Tangent Podcast, where you can find us on oh my god, I haven't done this in a minute. I feel like I always say this. You can find us on Instagram, og.podcast, or Twitter is overachieversp. Our website is ogpodcast.fm, where you can get this episode and every episode where we're talking about video games, pizza making, and how Connecticut pizza is the best. Anyway, so let's dive right in to what we're playing. Whole lot of
World
future
of Warcraft.
Yeah, a whole lot of
I'm
future.
just kidding.
Yeah. Well, yeah. What are you playing, Chef?
Yeah,
World of
actually,
So-
I would love to hear your opinions on. It seems like you've been playing a lot, so I would love to go into what you feel about Burning Crusade and all this shit.
Okay, so I am currently. It's kind of funny. The way it started out was I joined this guild and they didn't. So I was going to be the main prop paladin, and they did not know me at all. And these guys all know each other, so they were kind of like doubters, I guess you could say. And my group is currently clearing the 10-man raid Karazhan in about an hour and 45 minutes, and I solo tank the whole thing. And it's honestly my favorite part of the week. Like we have like a really tight group, and it has become a lot of fun. And I've kind of assumed like I'm like the co-raid leader, I guess you could say, in the guild. And so now I've been doing a lot of like calling of assignments, and it's fun, man. I really enjoy it. For me, Burning Crusade is some of the best game content I've ever played in my life. And
Ooh.
I think that as far as like massive multiplayer online games are concerned,
sure.
I think that what's happening right now, which is kind of like current affairs in the gaming world, is that WoW is under major heat because Shadowlands is shit in the bed big time, and all the
I have
big
not heard a
streamers-
single thing about Shadowlands good since it's come out.
Yeah, it's really bad. And then now the Blizzard, some of the higher up devs in Blizzard and whatnot are openly talking shit about Asmongold going to FF14, and all of the gamers that are basically streamers that are trying out FF14 that are like, oh my god, this game's actually like really freaking cool, and they're all really enjoying it. And WoW has seen a massive drop off in their player base on retail, like massive, to the point where FF14 is now way ahead of them. And they saw, dude, FF14 is in such high demand right now that they sold out of digital licenses.
That's
of the
crazy.
or like digital copies of the game. Like I've never heard of that happening before.
How do
in a
you
video
sell
game.
out of digital licenses?
Well, I'm
sure
assuming that they have like a certain number of codes printed out, and they probably. I mean, it's going to be easy for them to.
it's either that, or I bet you they're probably trying to stay ahead of server caps and shit.
That's also
I
the
bet you
thing.
what
They're
it really is. They're like, oh, we're a digital license, but in reality, it's like, oh, we can't handle the bandwidth.
So they're currently working on starting up 2 new servers for the game because of the massive influx of people that they've had coming in to play it. I plan to give it a shot again. My best friend is he's not playing WoW, he's playing FF14, and he's on vacation right now, but when he comes back, I'm going to fire it up and start, checking out the new expansion with him, and kind of just because honestly, the one thing that does suck about Burning Crusade is that they only release the tier 4 content, which is a 10-man dungeon called Karazhan, which again, my group, we've full cleared it every week. It takes us an hour 45 to 2 hours, which goes by way too quick. And then there's 3 25-man bosses. So for all intents and purposes, we finish our full raid chunk in like 3 hours, and it kind of sucks because I want more of it.
Yeah.
But tier 5 is which is going to be Serpent Shrine Cavern and the Eye, which is TK. That stuff doesn't come out until they haven't even put a date on it. They're thinking like 3 or 4 more months, and it's like, oh my god, like I'm going to be clearing the shit. But the cool thing is that you guys know that I'm a huge fan of speedrunners and GDQ and all this kind of shit. Well, the big thing that's evolved with WoW is that everybody can kill the bosses, but now it's all about speedrunning dungeons and parsing the best. And so my group is actually like, we're going full consumables. We've been like planning out like the pathing we're going to take, and we're really trying to push for like the best speed run time we possibly can. And it's been, for me, it's like the closest I'll ever come to speed running a game in a decent amount of time. But it's been a lot of fun, man. And I'm really enjoying MMOs again. I think they're having a really beast PC also helps because I play these
Yeah.
games on like max graphics, and it's just something I'm not
Oh
used
yeah, that's
to
right.
at
You
all.
have a new computer.
Yeah. So it's been a lot of fun, man. And I'm also playing Marvel Future Revolution.
Oh, you
Um,
bit the bullet.
I bit the bullet, and I think it's a great game. Honestly, I think
Pretty
that
fun.
there's a few drawbacks, but I think they're things that are going to be fixed by me being able to play on my iPad instead of me being restricted to
Oh,
playing it on my PC.
you want to play on your iPad? Please tell us more.
I do. Yeah. I'm gonna keep bringing it up because
I mean,
it's
it's
all I want
literally
to do.
every day on Discord. You're just like,
Yeah. Well,
I want to play my. And if you want to hear Chef complain about the fact he can't play it on his iPad, you can join the Discord at
What a
discord.me/OG
funny segue.
podcast.
yeah.
What a beautiful
And you can join
there.
the alliance because we need more peeps.
We have
And you can
four,
go donate.
We have 4 more openings for people to come in and give us your money. Give us your money.
Should you actually
Give
should
us your
should you
money.
kick me from the?
Nah.
I'm
Not
doing
until
enough.
we were completely full. That's about it. So I mean, you're just a
thing-
warm body at this point.
The thing
I
about
just
it
play very minor right now. You know.
I'm playing minor too, but that's the thing I like about the game is that it's not like the tradition, unless you're gonna sweat out and you're gonna be like, I want to be in the end game content like now, which I kind of have this funny mindset where now, like when you rush to beat the game and all the content, those are the first people to be like, oh, this game doesn't have any end game content. This sucks. They're not keeping up with it fresh. It's like, dude, it's not meant to be beaten in 2 days. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
No,
you're
for
supposed to
sure.
like actually enjoy what you're doing.
I feel so.
And-
This happens every time Destiny has a new drop, like a new content drop or expansion. There's a new raid. It's supposed to take for like weeks for someone to figure it out. Someone figures out an exploit. They beat it in a night. And everyone's like, "Well, what the hell?" And the dev team must be like, "They weren't supposed to do it like this." You know, like I feel so bad for that shit. That's what happens though. Some people, especially like you, the thing that really sucks is like the streamers and the professional players who are like playing these games for a living. When they play these games, they're purposely doing everything as fast as they can so they can get to like end game stuff first to show off like what's there so they could be the ones that get all the like those views obviously. But like people watch that and like, oh my god, they're already at end game. It's like, yeah, but you're not considering is the fact that they've played this game 24/7 pretty much, and like that's why they're there. You, a normal person, will not get to that point for a little bit of time. So
Yeah, 100%.
But it's cool to be able to like do stuff with people. Like Vash and I were
yeah.
doing some stuff at Blitz's the other day, and who else was with us?
Stan was with us. Yeah.
Yeah. The best part, which I still crack up about this, is that at like 2 in the morning one night, I just unlocked operations or whatever they're called, special ops.
Yeah.
And I randomly hopped into one, and I noticed this one person's just slaying it, and I look at the name, and it's TTV Brada Bing, who's a friend of the podcast, and like
Yeah,
I
I
just
love Brada
cracked
Bing.
up. I was like,
Yeah.
what a random, like I thought that was so.
it is
funny
interesting
to
because the
me.
other day I spawned in, I was right next to Chewburger.
Yeah, I spawned in right in front of WikiWolf the other day too, which
It-
that's
It's
the
very interesting
thing-
the server size.
That's the thing I
It's
love.
not big.
I do like about this game is the fact that we're all able to do stuff together, which is the biggest problem with a
For
game
sure.
like Marvel Strike Force or Galaxy Heroes, all these other, like I want to call them RTS, but I don't. They're
they're
not real-time
turn-based.
strategies.
They're
They're
turn-based.
yeah,
They're-
turn-based
they're
strategy
turn-based,
games.
yeah.
Like this is definitely a more player-friendly, community-driven game that I think is going to have some legs on.
I mean, it had
Like,
to be. It's pretty much, like this style of like mobile MMO light. It has to have. It has to be that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it can't be like all those like gotcha turn-based bullshit games like that you just like riled off. They are that way because there's only so much you could really do in those type of games, right? Like there's not really that much you can do, and I think that's a lot of people forget about. Is like, and I'm not trying to defend these like fucking games the way they do things, but at the same time, like what more can you do in those games? It's like not a good game type in my opinion. That's why you get so addicted to it because you're like, oh, I have to do something because there's not, and subconsciously you don't realize it, but it's like, oh, it's not much. I gotta do this shit now, and but this game is like there's so much shit. It's like, oh, okay, I could do whatever,
Yeah. That's dude. There's so much to do on that game, and it's pretty cool that you can like craft gear, you can farm it,
Yeah.
you can, get gold, you can play multiple characters. The game actually does a really good job of allowing you to play different characters and
For
kind
sure.
of pushing you to play different characters. Like Vash
For
was kind of
sure.
explaining to me how you kind of will hit a wall if you don't want to spend money, where you're gonna run out of like, not run out of stuff to do, but you're gonna hit a wall in terms of like my character's not powerful enough. So you just take a pivot, man. Go play Iron Man. Go play Spider-Man. I don't know, just go Doctor Strange. Go play somebody else. Just tool around
Pivot.
for a bit, get the squad power up, and then go back and just go, smash through what you're stuck on. And I don't know. I'm playing Black Widow, and I guess she's like OP right now. And yeah, I started out with Captain America, and it kind of sucked. So I'm glad I made the Chewburger definitely got in my ear and pushed me to do the change. And then I saw Wiki Wolf like two-shotting things on Vash's stream the other day with Black Widow.
Yeah, she's great. I mean, I'm like level 92 with Captain Marvel. I've definitely hit a wall where like I can't beat this one. I'm in like the last area of the game.
92.
And I'm like, yeah, and I'm just like getting my ass kicked in terms of like I can't beat this one section, so I've just been playing other characters. I now have, with the exception of Star-Lord, I have all the other characters at level 35 at the moment, and I'm just letting them run. I'm just doing the questing as I've been doing my onboarding for weeks, and no one from my work listen to this podcast, please. I just been letting it run, in the background because it's just like, oh, I have to, and been watching the videos and doing all the work for getting accustomed to the new job. So I'm like, click. Oh, I have to hit the next thing. I'm gonna click on the the next thing, and then I just have because I run everything on my Mac, but like I run a local no machine service, which is it's essentially like a local area network remote computer management. So I just have everything in a small window, and I can just click on it on my Mac. So it's not like I'm actually logged into my PC within the same window. I just have my Mac open, which uses this monitor setup that I have here, and I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. Click, go next quest, and I'm just doing that, and it's just I'm having fun with it. And like when I have a break, when I hit those boss fights that I can't auto, I just save it until I have like a lunch break, and I'll play for 10 minutes to get past the boss. Like there's that series of boss fights where you have like you have like the King Tron through like Thanos and MODOK, where like you have to play them all because they all and it's like 4 back to back to back to back, and it's just like you can't auto any of them because you just get your ass.
Well, you know how I found the way you can auto is, so I'm not playing when I do a boss fight, but like I'll have my keyboard and I'm just WASD and tabbing, so like the game is fighting for me, but I'll see like the area of effect thing, and I'll quickly hit like D and tab, and then it'll get out of the area of effect. And so it takes longer because I'm not like paying attention to like what's happening. But if I just like, oh, area effect, great, tab, like dodge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
that's
it's stupid, but it works.
No, it works. I just at one point in some of those fights, you get to a point where like you can just stick yourself like in a corner where the the attacks won't hit you, and so you're just like, I'm just gonna stay here, turn off the auto use abilities, and just basic attack the entire way through.
Well, the problem I found with the game, and I don't know if like every like auto mobile MMO like this has this, but since it is auto and I could just auto it for quite a bit, I'm not really paying attention to the game like at all. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But like until I want to pay attention, and then I'm like, oh wait, where the fuck am I? What am I doing? Oh, I talked to Tony Stark for whatever reason. Okay, cool. Wait, Vision, what are you doing here? You know what I mean? It's like, it's just funny, but it is a good game. Like, I don't think that really takes away with it. Atreyu doesn't think so either. Look at this fucking cat just chilling. What's he doing?
Sniffing my water bottle. I don't know.
Dude, cats are so funny.
Just hanging out.
What are you doing, dude?
But yeah, so I've actually like once I'm like just hanging out and done with my character, I'm just letting it. Oh, by the way, like I found that like if you're on either in Hydra or Xanderth on higher levels, like 75 plus or whatever, you just let the game run overnight. I make like 400k gold overnight. So if you need a way
just
to
like
farm,
fighting trash mobs or something.
Yeah, exactly. I stick it like the starting area. I put my auto use health potion to 50% because you start to regenerate stuff.
Oh, you could change when.
Yeah, it's in settings.
Where is that?
It's under settings. It's like the first thing you'll see is like use health pots at like it's like off 25%, 50%, 75%. Like when you hit a certain health threshold. So it's just been fun. Like I just letting it farm overnight.
That's so funny.
And just let it go and hit it and then be done with it. I thought I was gonna have more time to stream it this week, but I've been so crazy busy and I've been just dealing with a lot of stuff in my personal life. So I've had no time to do anything. But I'm hoping that this coming week I'll have a little bit more time to stream at night. Now that I have actually an office space up here, I'm gonna set up my PS5 on this side of my computer with another dedicated monitor just for that. So that way it's just set up and ready to go. And then I'll probably end up running some Ethernet from here to my TV, so that way I can just run. I can do like HDMI over Ethernet, Cat6. So I can just leave everything here like I used to do at my old place. But
Yeah, I've
fine.
not streamed this game at all yet.
Yeah, I just haven't had. I've been so stressed out with everything. I just needed like time to deal with some stuff, and I'm dealing with a lot of personal stuff right now. So I've been needing to focus on that.
Hey man, you gotta do what you
And
gotta do.
I have the
Yeah.
Rona, so it's great. I'm just kidding. I don't have the no. I've had like a chest cold for the past like week and a half, so it's been fine. So anyway, what else are you gonna play? Dom, are you playing anything else right now, or is that pretty much it? So
This is what I'm playing.
Oh,
This is what
Warhammer.
I've been fucking playing.
I got some.
I know you did. We could talk about that in a second. I've been the video games I've been playing are really only things to just like when I am done, like when I'm like over, I've been painting too much, or I'm like tired, or just got done working, or whatever. I've been like playing some Here's the Storm, Warcraft 3 Reforged. Was playing Subnautica before I left for all those jobs, but I haven't touched it since I got back home. I've been like reading a lot just because like I've been so busy and like tired and like I'm not really, I just need decompression, and there's no video game right now that's giving that for me. So I've been been building a lot of, I don't know, we can't really see it from here. So like just been like building a shit ton of models and
Holy
stuff.
shit!
Yeah, this is
That-
my
your skills have like drastically shot up.
That's nuts. You didn't zoom in? Please zoom in. Please zoom. There we go. Look at that. My goodness. Wow,
Lens
dude,
is so
that's
shitty.
crazy.
Yeah, this is a Forged Fiend Demon Engine. I put magnets on the guns so I could take the guns off and like change the guns if I wanted to.
How
But
did you do that? You just super glue magnets, I guess.
yeah, there's like a little opening, and so I just like super glue a magnet in there. So like there's like these like other guns. That's what's cool. Like all these like things, they have like multiple
Yeah.
stuck there.
I have that with like the Necrons and whatnot. So.
But yeah, so I played my first game, like if you're like listening in, sorry, I just like showed Warhammer stuff, so you're not gonna be able to see that obviously. But so I played my first game about like I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, and it's 1,000 points, and that's not much of an army. So now when I get back from Colorado, playing my first 2,000 points game, and now I'm like
Okay.
rushing. I'm like mad more units to build because that is like quite a big army. But I mean, like for instance, like points wise, like this guy is like 500 points, like to give you an understanding of how points work when building an army. Like this is a demon engine. So like,
Yeah, I'm very curious to get into it because I've picked up like a starter deck. I started building some
Yeah.
stuff, and then instantly as soon as I started building some stuff, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have all this time to like paint and do this stuff, and I just haven't had time. So
well, now like the thing is, once you get comfortable once you get into a comfy spot, you'll find that having the 9 to 5 is like where you create the comfortability, right? Especially since you don't have to drive in a set anymore. Like that just
Yeah,
eliminated
it's-
like hours out of your life, useless hours out of your
quite
life.
literally, like I just gained like 4 hours a day.
Yeah. So I mean, hopefully no one from Gannett is watching right now, but like there's times where I'm just like end of the day, it's like 4 o'clock instead of 5 o'clock. Like great, I'm done. We're gonna paint some Warhammer now.
It's like I'm gonna be at my desk. If you need me, ping me on Slack. So it's
That's the
definitely
one
been.
thing. That's a great thing about working from home, though, is I feel like now with the ability to work from, like, obviously I still go out the shoots when I have to, which is like whenever a couple times a month when we have shoots. But like, as long as you get your work done, it shouldn't fucking matter what you do in the time between. If you have downtime, like it should not matter. And I think that this is hopefully something that sticks with our working culture from now on. Is like, if the pandemic has showed us anything, is that our personal time trumps everything, right? Like our personal time is everything, and giving away your entirety of your life to your job is just something that's not healthy. And hopefully, this is something that sticks with us. That now that we understand, like, but yeah. So I don't know. I think that's important. So yeah, man. Once you get like more comfy in all your shit, and you carve out the time properly, you'll be able to start doing all that stuff. Like the thing that's cool too is like look a video on how to batch paint. That's an important thing, Charlie. Once you
Batch
start getting
painting?
into like, yeah, that's like so the funny thing is, this isn't a Warhammer stream, I promise. But like you see my guy here, He's mostly blue with like gold trim, right?
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
So this one's bad though. I didn't finish it. The thing that you do though is all this gold trim is a lot harder to paint than the blue. So you actually don't paint the whole thing blue first. You paint the whole thing gold first.
Oh,
And then
fill
you
in the
paint the
blue?
big areas with blue because it's easier to paint, right? This is
Ah.
obviously specific for my guy because my guys are blue and gold. But let's say your guys, you guys are very similar if you're because you have
I'm doing
Ultramarines
space.
and Necrons.
Yeah, Space Marines. Yeah.
Yeah, so with the Space Marines, they're mostly blue and I think some red or something. I don't know, whatever it is. But trim is harder to paint than big areas. So the thing you always do is you paint the trim first and then you fill in the big areas. But what I'm saying with batch painting is all of these guys are similar colors. So I put the gold on my palette. I've already primed the character, and then I paint all of them gold. Then I put the blue on my palette. After they dried, I paint all of them with the blue parts. You know what I'm saying? So like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
go through this in pieces like that. Makes life easier. But yeah, Warhammer's been really fun. It's like been taken up because that's like what I've been doing mostly to like decompress after a crazy. It's just been fucking crazy for me. And then like I'm interviewing in a bunch of other jobs right now, so like that's also like stuff that's like been taken. Like there's just a lot going on, but it's all good. It is what it is.
Rad. All right. Cool. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get into it. So, but
I'm excited.
We'll see what the deal is. Chef's just writing a script over there, so he's just writing a novel or whatever's going on. So it's just like
Sorry. I'm sorry.
clickety clacky, just not paying attention. It's cool. We're contributing. It's cool. So,
I'm paying
He's-
full
he's
attention
hanging.
to the Warhammer
He's hanging.
conversation.
He's
all right.
hanging.
We're gonna get you involved in this too. So it'll be
That's
fun.
all. I just more people. You know.
Well, I got involved because like I wanted to like now that I have like the free time, like I want to come see you guys and hang out again and like have something to do. And not that I'm like saying that I need to buy into what you guys are playing to
No,
like hang
but
out,
it-
but it's
it's-
fun. Like you know,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
nerdy. I like new shit and like why not?
It was
Try
very
something new.
surprising that the last game we played, Chris came out, and I was like making fun of him the whole time. Like, oh, it will be fun seeing Chris. He's not coming. And then he showed up.
Do
I was
you
like,
do
oh, I
that?
guess I'm
Do
an
you do that
asshole.
at that bar you were telling me about? Or
No, funny enough, the owner actually said that we could do it there, but no. So they've played more than I have. Remember, that was my first game. I just got into it, but we did this at my buddy Clamor's moped shop in Bedside Brook. What the fuck? A train's just like, hello. What is that little paw hanging up? What is happening? That is so funny. That was so funny. Oh my god. He just like, yo. Oh wow. That was. Thank you for that.
That might be our first TikTok moment on the.
Oh
on that.
my god.
I mean, look at him, dude.
That
Look at him.
needs
He
to be
just-
a
He
clip.
just sprawled out right in front of me.
So no, we
That was
played
so
that on my
funny.
buddy's moped. He owns a moped shop. NYC Mopeds, big shout out. If you're in New York and you need a moped, NYC Mopeds is the place. With Bedside, and so he has like mad space. The weekend of the 30th, I think it's like the 31st, one of those days, I don't know if it's Saturday or Sunday, we're going to our buddy Ribo's place, and he lives right outside Scranton, Pennsylvania. So I think we're gonna go there and play. That's my first 2,000 points game, which I need to finish. I have 3 more boxes,
Oh my
and I'm waiting
God.
on 2 more characters to be sent in, and I just finished these tanks.
He's just going full ham.
He went all
I
in.
love
I,
it.
I have to paint them though. They're not painted yet, but well, they're not tanks technically. Technically, they're troop transports, but they have like
Troop transports. Oh my god, there's hair going everywhere.
yeah. So like, what you do is like anything can be shot or psychically attacked. Psychically can be attacked by psychic abilities on the battlefield, right? But if I put my troops can't actually fit in there, but you put them off to the side and you say, great, there's 10 rubric Marines in here. Like my Marine, there's 10 of them in here. So you advance them on the battlefield. If this thing dies, the Marines can get out and they'll be alive still. Does that make sense? So like if the Marines are in here and you transport them on the battlefield, they're safe from being attacked both physically and via psychic power.
So how long does the average Warhammer game take? 'Cause
Oh,
I've heard
let
they can
me
take,
tell
like-
you.
I heard it can take like days sometimes to weeks.
I mean, that's pretty. No, like that's like, okay. So like for instance, an average game seems to be about 2 hours or so. My first game was with my buddy Chris. Chris is the slowest fucking person on the planet doing anything, and I don't know how to play the game. Our game was 4.5 hours long.
Oh my God.
But I didn't know that I had to granted, I had to read every single rule because I don't
Yeah.
know these things. And Chris is just like,
Like
Oh,
Look,
Dom, I don't think that's, is that 6 inches? I don't know. I don't think, yeah, I think that can attack you. You know, get some measuring tape out. He's just so fucking slow with everything he does.
that's Chris though. We love him
That's
dearly.
Chris. Love him dearly. Love him dearly. So yeah, but super fun. I really enjoy it. I've always wanted to play it. I was too intimidated by the painting. Fun fact, it's actually easier than you think painting this
What,
shit.
the painting?
Dude, you're fucking painting in line. It's like literally like you're painting as like it's like a what do you call that? Like the coloring books with like the paint by numbers almost because yeah,
It's
this
not quite
shit
paint
is.
by numbers,
But I mean, think about it. You have a box that shows you how it's painted, right? You could do any kind of paint scheme you want, but for all intents and purposes, it shows you what it will look like. So what
Yeah.
you do is like, oh great, I know all that trim is gold. I paint all the trim gold. I know I have to put blue in there, and I know like I look at the box. And on Games Workshop's website, they have a 360 digital asset that you could look at all, like the whole thing 360. Like, great. I know that has to be blue. So I know I just had to paint in those lines blue. You know what I mean? So like people get crazy with it. They get crazy with the shading and all that shit. But like, you don't have to do all that. Like, I'm not doing anything more than this. This is not as good as like what I've seen other people do,
But
obviously.
the
But like,
painting's
who gives a
mostly
shit?
for your own, like you could go in with neutral colored units, right? Like it doesn't matter.
you
right?
can, yeah, but
I
it's
mean-
more fun.
Yeah, so like so unless you're playing competitively, which who the fuck cares about that? Technically, in competitive play, your characters have to be painted at least 3 colors. But like, I'm not doing. I will never step foot in a Games Workshop to play the game unless it's with friends because they're letting us use the space. Like, it's actually funny. I didn't like when I want to say I rushed the painting, but like I'm kind of like OCD about like I want them painted. But when I showed up to play, like whenever it was like 3 weeks ago, or whatever, no one had their shit painted. I was like, "What are you guys doing?" They're like, "Oh, you know how long it takes to paint?" I was like, "So I've been rushing this whole time to get here to paint this, or paint this whole time." Like, but like none of them had shit painted. Like when I show up next or 2 weeks from now, this will not be painted. This is just gonna be like this. It's not even done being built yet. You know what I'm saying? So like, whatever.
Yeah. It's
that's-
definitely interesting. I mean, we have there's a Games Workshop down the street from us. So, and like I walked in, the guy was just like, he's like, "Hello, how are you?" Like very British, and I was just like,
Oh, he's English. That's so
yeah,
funny.
Yeah, well, I mean
I mean, they're an English company.
yeah, I know the game. They're from the UK, so it's just interesting to
Yeah.
see. Like he's like, I was like, "Hi, I used to do this back in high school. I don't remember, or middle school, whatever. I don't remember this whatsoever. I just remember it cost a lot of money." And he's just
Yeah,
like,
I don't want to talk about it.
he's just like, I was like, "Oh, cool." It's like, yeah, it can be expensive. Like, yeah, I didn't have any money back then, but I have money now, so point me where I can start off. And he's like, "You can
Yeah,
get
yeah.
one of these things." I was like, just give me a starter pack and some paint, and I'm going to start there. And then I'm going to, if it piques my interest, I'll definitely like continue on. But like so far,
Did you
it's
get
fine.
primer yet?
Haven't gotten no. Amanda got me like this black primer, I think.
Oh,
Something like that.
she got you the gesso?
Yeah,
This
I think
cat just like assed out.
Gesso paint primer. I personally like paint on primers better than spray primers, personally.
Yeah.
It's gonna be weird because it's like this like thick, goopy shit.
Mm-hmm.
But you might just have to like maybe like I don't know if like you like water down a very tiny bit just so it doesn't like pool up. But I think it's better than spray primer. But so awesome chat in the Overachievers Warhammer podcast. So sick. So I've been playing video games. I've been painting little piece of plastic that Mallory.
Well, I
is-
mean, I did
so-
ask you what
game.
you're playing. It is a game.
Yeah, right. Very fair. Very fair.
Yeah. So for me, I'm still playing Future Evolution. I'm still playing the alpha for New World. Just trying to get myself going on. So there's actually, I think there's a public beta for it coming out soon. So I didn't realize that the game's coming out like soon. Like
Is it
I
good?
thought-
Yeah.
I really like it.
August.
Yes, I'm
I
gonna.
know you
play-
can't talk about specifics, but I mean,
I'm gonna just look up the New World beta.
I actually saw the Asmongold did the stream for the alpha of Ashes of Creation, and I'm like, I just don't understand what's alluring about that game. So I'm more interested in seeing what New World is all about.
Yeah, so if you're planning on playing this, you can pre-purchase it on Steam or through Amazon. I bought it through Amazon because I had like an Amazon gift card, and it was like $60, and I had an extra one, so I got it for free because I had some shit. I was like, I'll try it, whatever. So there's actually a public. I'm not a public. There's a closed beta that starts if you pre-order the game before July 17th. So essentially by today, as we're recording this on July 17th. You will be able to participate in the closed beta that starts on the 20th. I think there's an open beta that starts August 1st, and then the game goes live August 31st. So it's quickly approaching. I didn't think it was going to be this soon. So, which is great because like I'm going to play it day one. I mean, I've been playing it. It's fun. I've just been like logging in, doing kind of stuff, trying out different classes, different things. I like magic in the game, but I'm probably going to do a sword and board character, probably. But we'll see.
Magic's cool, man.
Yeah, it's you have to do, without going into specifics of what you can do with it. It's an aim-based combat system, so you have to be active. You can't just like click a target, run around, hit a spell, whatever. Like you actually have to aim your spells and aim your abilities. And aim your
Right,
targets.
and like using a sword will be easier.
Yeah, so and
Having
you
to
know,
aim at that, yeah.
I don't know. So I'm probably going to do sword and board or dual swords or whatever it is. But there's a lot of cool stuff. There's people on YouTube who are doing like, hey, here's what you need to know to start or get prepared for, like, if you're going to play this game, like day one, this is what you should look into, that sort of stuff. So and camping's a big thing in that game where like there's no spawn points except for in cities. So you like your camp is your spawn point, but you have to maintain your camp because it can degrade over time, which is cool. But I know there's a lot of cool stuff. I'll be playing it. I tried it out on the new big ass widescreen monitor I have, and like playing the game in widescreen was fucking dope. Not gonna lie. So I'm actually going to see if I can get I don't know if I can get my streaming system set up again. Or have like a stream PC set up so I can actually play this. Have a small little monitor onto the side so I can actually like play it full screen, and then like maybe just have like a UI or have a monitor here, wherever. Anyway, I don't know. Or I'm gonna just play it on the same PC. Streaming PC, so we'll see.
Fair.
But it's cool. It's great. Definitely would recommend checking out some people's streams if we are allowed to stream the closed beta, which I'm assuming we can, because
You think you can stream a closed? Oh, it's a closed beta. I guess
Closed
it's
beta.
not a.
yeah, it's not an
It's
alpha.
not a, yeah.
So I'm not sure
Nor is
what.
it like a play test or anything. Like play testing is usually kind of
Yes.
weird, but okay.
I'm curious.
Yeah,
Like, so
I mean-
if they allow to stream it, I'll stream it for the closed beta because
I would love for you to do that because I'm interested in it.
Yeah.
a lot of different mechanics. I just really like it. I've always been a fan of the more you use a skill, the better you get at it kind of deal. Because
Oh,
like,
okay.
so and that's kind of like how that game is. So the more fire magic you use, the better at fire magic you get. The more healing magic
Nice.
you use, the better at healing magic you get. I mean, it's incremental, but like it's cool that, like, you know, if you're putting time into something, you're not just like, you know, I don't know. I just feel like if, you know, I'm like sword and board and like I get to like level 80 or whatever the level is. I don't know what the max level of the game is. And you're like, oh, I'm going to switch over to knives now. And now I'm like max level knives. I just have to reallocate my points. Like, no, you have to like grind your way up. It's like, I don't know. It just
Right.
feels like the time you've put into it is well worth it as well. There's also the flip side of that of like, well, now you have to grind everything and now blah. But like, it's also an MMO. Like, that's the point of
Right.
MMOs,
That's
to
the point
grind.
of it.
get
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to that, and I will be playing that as well as Battlefield. So I know I keep
When does
saying
Battlefield
that
come out?
October 31st.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a lost cause around September 23rd, 24th when D2 Resurrection comes out.
Yeah,
It's gonna
be
be all
playing that
hands
too.
on deck.
I will be playing that as well.
Yeah,
Playing on
Dom's like,
PlayStation.
Well, I mean, the only thing that sucks is like, I don't know. I should have waited. I think for Diablo 2, because like if Diablo 4 is not coming out till 2023, that's not enough Diablo content to hold people over till then.
apparently Diablo Immortal went into the alpha test phase in China. So if they're gonna be
Oh, I
testing
totally forgot
alpha
about
in
that game.
China, then that means that they're getting pretty close to.
Yeah. I just want Diablo
to-
4. It just every time they put out a new thing, I'm like, oh my god, just fucking release this game. I mean, I get it.
Yeah,
I want them to
yeah.
release a good game, and I think Blizzard knows they have to release a good game right now with all the heat they've gotten in the last couple of years. So
Well,
hopefully,
they said that they're still on track for 2020 release for Diablo Immortal. So we'll see.
for 2020, it's 2021, but
2021 for
Got it.
for Diablo Immortal. So we'll
see about that.
see. We'll see. I mean, I would love
Yes, we
to
shall.
check out. I mean, mobile games. I guess I'll be playing more Future Revolution, and I'll be playing Diablo Immortal for sure.
yeah, I'll definitely play Diablo Immortal just because apparently there's some good story to it. Regardless how good the game is, like apparently they do some interesting stuff with, story wise. Apparently it's really good. So I'm
Oh,
curious.
we can use the VPN to try it out. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Oh,
how do
that's
you
such a
get
freaking
access?
great
Is there an
idea.
APK for it?
I don't know.
There's got to be. There's got to be.
I bet you it'll come. I bet you something will happen.
Well, here's the cool thing you can do. Like if you're gonna play use LD player for Future Revolution. You can always install
gotta
it
get
on
that.
BlueStacks, and then
What
use
is
BlueStacks.
LD Player? Can you
Is this
explain
another
that?
emulator?
It's just another emulator that is like stripped down, and like you don't have like all the fancy stuff that's in BlueStacks, like all like the hardware acceleration, all that fun stuff. You can do a lot in BlueStacks, like macros and crazy
Right.
stuff, and
Right.
it's more like simplified. Therefore, it doesn't have all that stuff in it, and it just allows you to play the game smoother because it doesn't
Tight.
have you're not using up all these processes and whatnot.
I'll have to
Right.
check it out today.
Definitely recommend checking it out. I was a little against it for a bit. I made a video on how to play the game in BlueStacks, but then I was like, I switched to LD Player because I was getting frustrated with BlueStacks, and it definitely.
It's been
lags
working
a
fine
lot.
for me, surprisingly.
It lags a lot for me, even though
Yeah,
I
I
dumb
was-
down all the settings. Like it every once in a while, like especially when I like load into a zone or if like I'm doing a quest. and
BlueStacks
there's
is
a
like
lot of stuff going on.
a heavy hardware, it seems, for some reason, which is funny
Yeah.
because it's just a phone emulator. Like, why the
Yeah,
fuck is that using
right?
so much resources?
Like there's zero reason why I should be experiencing any lag or any hiccups on my PC whatsoever. But you're right. The hardware encoding on it must be just like so. It's really
Yeah,
weird.
I mean, I have a 5600X in this machine, and once I'm done all my Chia plotting, I'm going to switch my 5900X into my gaming machine, and I have a 3090, and it still lags. So
You got a 3090?
I have 3090, yeah.
Oh, look at you, Mr.
Didn't
Big
wasn't that because
Boy.
like Mike bought it by accident or something?
No, it's I got lucky in the Newegg Shuffle.
Oh, and you bought it. You did want it. Oh, okay.
Is there
Yeah.
a dance for the new egg shuffle?
Yeah, it's just
Oh, that needs to go on TikTok like right now. That's the white man overbite.
That's really good. You're doing great. You have so much
Oh,
rhythm.
dude, that's the TikTok.
There's a
dance right
correlate.
there.
There's a correlation.
Oh
Charlie.
shit!
I want to talk about this because you always make fun of hip hop and rap, and there must be a correlation to your unrhythm and the fact that you don't like any hip hop and rap. There's got to be some kind of relation there. You know what I mean? Just look someone clip that. Someone clip that whole dance routine because that's going on.
Please,
something.
please. I want your golden horseshoe, 3090 and a PS5.
I mean, I'm contemplating selling the 3090 because I don't need
And
it.
this man
You
got
don't
a
need
Steam
it.
Deck.
You don't need it, dude.
I don't need it. So it's just
Honestly,
a matter of.
dude. The thing is, no one fucking needs a 3090 except for asshole crypto miners. Like that's the.
I mean, that's why I bought it, but then I can't. Like, I installed it in my machine.
Do you even mine anymore?
Yeah, I'm mining
Do you?
Ethereum and Chia.
I thought you stopped
Absolutely.
mining.
No,
I thought you stopped mining forever ago.
I have this. I have solar, bro. It's all. It doesn't cost me anything to mine.
Fair enough.
But I plugged it into my machine, and my machine kept shutting down because it's like there's something weird with it. And I just haven't had time to like sit down and figure it out. So like I bought it
Yeah,
for mining.
I walked into the Industry City Micro Center, not like just walking in. Like we had a scout over at Warehouse Studios, and it's right down the street. And I was with my boss Steve. I was like, "Yo, man, can we just like walk into the Micro Center real quick?" And I walked in, and there was just like a stack of 3070s, and I was like, "Oh, I guess I'll buy a 3070 right now." You know, like
I actually
was
want
funny.
an AMD. I want the 6700X. Is that what it is? Actually.
yeah. You know, the funny thing about that card is apparently they're not as good to mine compared to.
No, I don't care about that. I
5700X.
just want
no,
FreeSync on my.
I know. Can I just tell my story?
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
So apparently they're not as good to mine as
No.
like the 5700 XT. So like on Facebook Marketplace, if you have a 5700 XT, there's like people willing to trade you for their better version if you just want a game. Like straight up, it's like crazy because they're able to buy it overpriced, but they can't use it to mine as good. It's just a funny fucking thing. It's all so dumb.
Yeah. I mean, excuse me. I mean, I might try to do some mining on this like at night or something like that while I'm here. But like,
What's
it's
not
just like
dumb are
it'll-
those Star Wars posters behind you. I'm just realizing that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
like
they're really
the Revenge of
Those
the
are sick.
Jedi one. It says
That's
Revenge.
that was the name of the movie originally,
pre-
right?
Yeah, he thought it was too sinister
Yeah.
But
because George Lucas is a bad director and writer. If you didn't know this.
these are
It's
actually
really cool.
acoustic panels. Like they're actually like because I have a couple over here that I brought from the
Those are
basement that I
really
made.
cool.
You know
I
what's
have a
weird
couple
though?
more to make.
Since I have this DSLR as my webcam, like why is my thing backwards?
Why is it backwards? It's not
It
backwards
looks,
for
it
us.
looks normal to me.
It does?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says New Energy OG Podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On my screen, it's backwards.
On my screen,
No,
it's
you're
back.
definitely.
Mine's backwards right now, but it's probably you can probably read it, right?
Oh yeah, I can read everything perfectly fine.
Dude, that's weird.
I just
Technology.
think it's Squadcast.
Future. Magnets.
Even
how
though
they
the
work.
three of us work in tech, it's like tech hates us.
It's true. It really does. They do hate that.
I
That
don't
does.
work in tech. I'm a creative, buddy.
Oh,
okay?
excuse me.
creative tech-
Excuse me.
Creative
I'm a
tech.
creative.
Anyway, so what's new coming out that you guys are looking forward to. There is the Stream Deck. Just
So
got
yeah, I don't think I'm
and
gonna
launched.
buy it, but I think that it's cool.
I got one ordered. Chef, are you gonna take revenge on the scalpers for the PS5 and order one and then sell it online?
Yes.
I don't know, but like, who is the Stream Deck for? Like, who's it for? Why get it?
People like us that are gamers that
Yeah,
are on
but
the
like,
go.
I got a game on the go,
You're
bro.
on the game. You're on the go anymore, Charlie. Actually, now you don't need it. If anything, now you
that's
really
true.
don't need it.
I really don't need it.
I mean, actually, what do I need it for? I never travel, so I mean, like, I don't really need one. But
Like,
I
if
mean,
anything, I need it more than y'all. I'm the one that's still traveling out here.
yeah. I also am just a dude that likes having new toys, and it's gonna be the new toy, and I'm gonna get it so that I can, hey, can I download BlueStacks on that? Then I could actually like lay on
Yes.
my
That's a-
couch and play Marvel
You
Future
can.
Revolution, even though
What do
it'll
you
be
mean
out
you
by
can?
then.
You can?
Yeah, it's a PC. They said that you can just if you want to wipe the OS and just install Windows or Linux or whatever you want, you can. You absolutely can. It is a PC. You can do whatever you want on it.
So that is interesting. That is interesting. Let's talk about that. Actually, what is? Have you checked out the hardware of it? Is it any good?
Yeah, it's pretty decent. I mean, it's not like amaze balls, but it's still pretty good. I'm queuing up the hardware for it right now. But someone else talk while I do this.
Well, I'm looking at it. You know what's funny about it though? Nintendo Switch OLED, worthless upgrade, and then Valve is like, "Okay, Nintendo, I see you."
I will have to say, I really like that it's $5 deposit. Did I just say that? Like you
Right.
don't.
Yeah, that's nothing. Like instead of having like the PS5 where you had to just outright buy the thing right then and there.
Yeah, I mean that's right. If you wipe the OS, could we restore it in the future? I might get one to play with traps and stuff, but restore it in the future. I would assume that yes. I'm assuming that you could probably do that.
I would hope so.
probably just need to make a
Sometimes they don't
backup.
like that shit, and unless you make a backup yourself, that might void your warranty if you have to send it in.
Yeah. So here are the specs for the Stream Deck. So the CPU is an AMD Zen 2. It's got 4 cores and 8 threads, which is not terrible.
No.
It's got a core clock of 2.4 to 3.5 gigahertz. It's got an AMD RDNA 2 GPU. It has 8 GPU compute units. The clock's not great. It's 1 to 1.6 gigahertz, but that's still not bad.
But also, you're not playing that to like get a crazy visual experience. You're playing that because you have a nice handheld.
Yeah, and then but also like the
Computing
screen
power.
is still at 720, right? So you don't need a ton of
Yeah.
You don't need to push a ton of graphics for 720, which
For sure.
which is great. It has 16 gigabytes of RAM of DDR5, which is
Very surprising.
kind of surprising. It's got a 7-inch LCD touchscreen. It's 1280 by 800, 60 hertz refresh rate. It's got speakers, a 3.5 millimeter jack, dual mics, USB Type C for connectivity. You can actually plug this into a USB hub and use it as a dock for like your TV if you really want to, which is kind of rad. It's got a 40 watt hour battery life, and it's it's not bad. It has 3 different configurations for internal storage. You got 64, 256, and 512. I pre-ordered the 512, but they say that the internals aren't like you can't swap the NVMe that's in there. I would be very surprised if someone doesn't figure out that you can.
Sure.
But
Unless they
also-
fucking pulled an apple and soldered it in.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, that would be the way to go in my opinion, just for
Yeah.
speeds. But you can also like they have a micro SD slot, so you can get like a 2 terabyte micro SD slot and just plop it in there, and you'll be fine.
Did you
So-
did you guys hear about that though? The new iMacs, all their hardware is soldered in, so you
Yeah.
can't change it out.
Yeah, 100%.
Sounds about right. I mean, they are literally the kings of forcing you to
Worst.
just buy new shit instead of modding it or doing anything that PC and Android will let you do.
I wonder where this came from, the Steam Deck. Like, what? I wonder what they were looking at. Like, yeah, let's do this.
It's not. I mean, it's slightly bigger than a Switch. And they say the screen is 400 nits brightness, which is not bad considering that my DNT
Yeah.
monitors are 350, so they're not bad.
Yeah.
But they're like, they said you can get roughly, like 3 to 8 hours of gameplay out of it, depending on what game you're playing. So if you're playing something
Right.
that's super intense, it's 3 hours. But
Well, I
like,
noticed they have those 2 pads under the Joy-Cons. I assume those are like mouse pads.
yeah,
or
they're touch
something?
pads and whatnot. You can like IGN put out a nice video like going over the hardware and all that sort of stuff, where like you can actually use the touch pads to do precision aiming and mouse controls, whatever. And then there's also
sure.
4 additional buttons on the back besides the triggers. You can map to whatever. So if you're used to like a game controller that has like I forget what, like a scuff controller or something like that has additional stuff, you can just use that too. So I'd be curious to like, plug it into a dock and use it as like a secondary gaming PC for stuff. I mean, I like my Steam Link, but it doesn't always work all the time, which is frustrating. But I might just I'm going to use this for, if I go on work trips or anything like that, I'll bring it with me. It'll be kind of fun. Or like I'll just be on the couch with Amanda. She's got her Switch and I have that. I still play my PS5, but I don't know. I'm going to see. If I don't like it, I'm going to sell it on eBay for 20% more. It's fine.
Yeah, for sure.
But
yeah.
But they said that you can use it however you want. So you can. It's just a PC, so it runs a Linux OS, so you can sideload whatever the hell you want.
So interesting.
Yeah, it's great.
Sorry, you guys couldn't hear my doorbell, could you?
Nope.
No. You're actually like really pixelated. Like it seems like your internet's going out. Is that way for you, Charlie?
Yeah, I can see the little red dot.
It's a little red.
Dude,
dot
I've been
over
having
it.
weird issues with my internet lately, where it just like randomly goes out, or I don't know. Can you guys hear me fine?
Yeah,
Yeah, you
you're
sound
fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm having a weird issue with stream with Squadcast where like whenever everyone's talking, like it has like little gaps of audio. We had this problem last time, Dom, but like your audio in the recording was fine. It's just when I was streaming. So
Interesting.
I know I've had problems with Squadcast all the time, and I send them the video. They're like, "It must be your internet." I'm like, "I'm on a gig.
Like my
up,
guy, it's not
gig
physically
down.
possible.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm hardline.
Yeah.
I'm not Wi-Fi.
Something-
Don't worry
Yeah,
about it."
it's definitely not the internet. You ding dongs.
Yeah, ding dongs.
You fucking ding
But-
dongs.
Yeah, so
yeah.
since we're talking about like things that are coming up or things that happen, they did you guys know I'm a huge fan of GDQ. There was one thing they did at GDQ that I think is just absolutely out of this world bananas, and I was telling Vash about this last weekend, but this dude straight up got 70 something stars in Super Mario 64 blindfolded.
Jesus Christ.
Like
Okay, buddy. Go. Okay, that like what?
I mean, just pure memorization and skill. It was actually, well, I don't know if, I mean, it's skill. Yeah, that's definitely
Like
skill.
how is that possible?
That's what I do. The whole time I was watching it, I was playing video. I had to stop playing games because I was like mesmerized by watching this dude do it. I'm like, I'm waiting for him to screw up. Did not screw up a single time. Like he knew everything he was doing. It's wildly impressive how far people really take their dedication to doing these things.
Yeah, I was laughing because of Nick's comment in the chat saying, "Just put $5 down on the Steam Deck." Fuck you, Vash. You make me spend too much money. I'm sorry, Nick. Not sorry.
Hellfire
It's
says I'm
right, though.
channeling some Minecraft.
Yeah, because you're just you're back to normal Chef Grondo now.
All right, cool, perfect.
Damn, I can't get over. That's like people, man. The shit that people do in video games is just insane, absolutely insane.
Yeah, but I mean it's some talented folks. I will have to say for sure, way
Yeah.
more talented than me.
Chef mentioned before we were streaming, I totally forgot about it, but Skyward Sword just came out. Skyward Sword HD for Switch, and at some point I'll probably get it because that was a really good Zelda game. Just not right now. It's not something I
What is
need.
it?
That's Skyward Sword, Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. It was a Wii Zelda game where they like use completely the Joy-Con. So like when you slashed, like the sword went that way. It was a good game. It was a little limited by the fact that the Wii Joy-Cons were not that good, but they re-released it for Switch, and Skyward Sword HD it's called, and obviously it's like HD now, and the controls are apparently like way better. So like I'm sure at some point I'll probably get it just because that game was absolutely beautiful, but yeah, not right now.
I never played it, and I'm
it's
actually really
good.
interested in playing it. Yeah, because I've
Story
heard
was super good.
I've heard it's actually supposed to be one of the better
It is
Zelda games in the series.
great. It is
Yeah.
a phenomenal game. Really cool story. Probably like in my opinion, like fifth best Zelda.
And it's updated graphics, right?
yeah.
Like they didn't just like port it over to the Switch, right?
No, yeah, it looks really good. And they there was like some monotonous like quest stuff in there where like you had to walk around the whole village to like do some shit, and it was like one of the biggest complaints about the game. And they like added a barrel that you could jump on top of to skip that whole process, which is hilarious. They're like, oh yeah, everyone hated this. Okay, cool, you don't have to do it anymore. It's pretty funny.
apparently there's another beta or another MMO coming out called Ashes of Creation, which I've never heard of until I was just checking in to see what the
Ashes of Creation sounds like a shitty band I would see at like Crocodile Rock in Allen,
Yeah.
Pennsylvania.
You're not wrong.
We're Ashes of Creation. This song is called Hellfire. I don't know why I would Hellfire.
But
He was just there.
apparently you can like build cities and like completely destroy them if you really want to. And, like,
We
burn
need
everything.
a roller coaster tycoon MMO. Is all I'm saying.
Dude, I would play the crap out of that, man.
Of course, I just want to talk about my luck right now. So one of my best friends, Jonathan Fernandez, he was actually on the podcast forever ago. We have to have him back on again.
Yeah, we should have him back on.
He plays one of the supporting roles in the new Gossip Girl remake, and we're going over his place tonight to watch the last episode. And of course, like, you know, we're like an hour into the podcast. Was probably gonna leave in the next hour or so, and it is now. It went from being beautiful, sunny, birds chirping, and it is just Armageddon's outside. Just got severe thunderstorm watch on my phone. It's now so gray. The wind is picking up, and of course, it's now that this starts to happen.
Oh shit! Yeah, I just got severe thunderstorm watch as well coming up here.
Absolutely hilarious. You gotta love it. You got.
Oh, it's gonna hit us in about an hour. Great.
It's probably gonna hit me and then go up to you. And all this bullshit that comes from Florida comes up here, and we gotta deal with it.
Sorry.
Just kidding. I'm like half kidding.
I need
All
it
right.
not today so I can go back and drive my car way too fast.
Oh yeah, what did you get? What'd you buy?
You got a sweet
Got a
Jaguar. Dude.
2018 Jaguar.
You got a fucking.
A
I can't believe so many
Jaguar.
Jaguars.
Dude, yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, I was gonna do the. I mean, I got it way cheaper than a Tesla. Like, I would have liked to have gone the Tesla route, but it just they got pricey, man.
Yeah, they went more expensive, like 10% more expensive in the past like 6 months.
Yo, that was
Yeah.
really funny though. I don't want to say who because we've used them as a service before, but someone we know tweeted at fucking was it fucking I don't remember. Tweeted
Oh
at
yeah,
Tesla.
the guy that we had.
Don't
on the pod-
don't say it. I don't
Yeah.
want to call people. I don't want to call people out. But he tweeted at Tesla like, "Oh, I just saw you lowered a price, or it's something like you lowered a price on the Tesla for people that just bought it. Can we get the refund?" And he's like, "Oh, if we raise the price, does that mean you owe us money?" It's like, damn, son. You gotta love the
I mean,
internet.
I had the same thing. Like when I bought my Model Y, like literally a week later, the price dropped by like $5,000. I was like, what
Yeah.
the fuck?
Dude, I don't feel bad for anyone except for the people who bought red heliums and then the week later they dropped like 30 grand.
Yeah.
What?
It's a camera. Talking about a camera, Josh.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, they dropped their prices like insane, and like people were like, "Yo, I just bought this for like $60,000. Why is this now 30,000?" That's tech, man. That's unfortunately anything with technology. Unfortunately, can get your
Seems
goat.
to be the way that it's going today. You know, I mean, look,
Shit
the
changes
price
so
of
fast.
PS5s.
You know, you got either things changing or you got shortages or problems or whatever, and it's like, boom.
I can't believe people are still reselling PS5s. I cannot believe that it's still actually going on.
chip shortage, man. Chip shortage is gonna last for like years. Straight up, they're saying this chip shortage is gonna last for years. Think about that,
Yeah, it's gonna be a while before anything.
because it's
comes back.
not just for computers and video game stuff. This goes across all avenues of tech. It goes into cars, even like newer cars that have chips in them. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's gonna be a minute before it all comes back for things. So,
almost certainly.
But either way, all right. Anything else? Any news or anything like that you guys have heard about?
I actually want to give a big shout out to this dope new bar that opened up near me, Brookland, LAN, like local air network, Brooklyn instead of Brooklyn. Carly, you got to come hang out. It's
All right,
a
for sure.
full esports bar, really good food, good drinks. And like in the front, they have the bar area where you get food and drinks, and then over to the left, they have a bunch of couches with a bunch of switches set up. Like, no matter what time of the day you walk in, there's fucking kids playing smashing Super Smash Brothers. And then in the back, they have like a giant computer room where you can rent computer space. And in the very back, they have a full stage build out for professional tournaments. And like I went through one day for New York, forgot the New York team, but it was like Call of Duty like tournament, local pros and shit. Super cool, dope place. I'm gonna be hanging out there all the time. Really good people. The owners are like really down to earth. It's really funny because like I took Mallory for a Mario Kart tournament one night, And she's like, oh, like, what's this place gonna be like? It's probably gonna be like, and it turns out she's like, oh, I did not expect this place to be this nice. So, like she expected
all
like
normal
some like
people, right?
sweaty, like gross thing, but it was like super tight, and she got first place at 8 people in Mario Kart tournament. So
No.
yeah, yeah. So yeah,
You know,
Brooklyn in Bushwick, Brooklyn, super tight. You're in New York, go check it out.
and all you entrepreneurs and business moguls down in Fort Lauderdale, I need you to open up one of these bitches ASAP, please, so that I have a bar to go to. Thank you. That'd be great. Or lounge, whatever they're
Just
called.
open up your own.
There you go,
Just be a businessman.
business chef,
I'll have
Chef
to,
Land. There you go.
chef
Chef
Land.
Land. Yeah,
No,
I
no,
like
Chef
the name of it.
Land.
Oh, Chef
Oh,
Land.
Chef
Oh,
Land.
got it. Yeah,
I like that. I like the name.
Flourland.
Yeah.
Just
Fla-
cop
Flora-
the just
Flora
cop the
Land.
name wherever you are. Where the hell are you again?
The Florida Land.
Fort
instead of the
Lauderdale,
Florida Man.
Fort Landerdale.
What about that? What about instead of the Florida Man, you call it the Florida Land?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Florida Land.
I'll see myself out,
Chef's business brothel. What?
dude. That is not the direction we're trying
No,
to
I
go.
just the name just sounds
Oh, I know.
amazing. Yeah.
Bada
no,
Bing
no,
just
that-
coming in here dropping bombs right at the start.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, like I'm excited to get my hands on the Steam Deck. It looks like my order says Q1 of 2022 as opposed
Oh,
to
cool.
the end of this year. So we'll see if that happens.
Tight.
We'll see. Oh,
Tight, tight, tight,
once
tight,
I get it, I'm going to probably make a little review video about it. So just to set
Yeah,
it
yeah,
up.
yeah.
So, Steam Deck is the ultimate PC. I mean, for those who want it, yeah, for sure. Just because it runs Linux. I mean, I have
Yeah.
dude, I have 3 Linux machines in my house right now.
Fucking nerd.
Yeah, 3 Linux machines, 2 Mac Minis, this PC, another PC, a MacBook Pro, actually 2 MacBook Pros, a MacBook Air. There's a lot of computers in my house right now. It's fun.
Computers.
Anyway, yeah. So, Arch. No, I wish I could. I couldn't. I can't. I couldn't figure out Arch. So it's just Ubuntu right now, 20.0.4, whatever. So anyway, I think that'll do it for us right now. If you guys have any questions for us for next time, you can just come into our Discord with discord.me/OG podcast and like come hang
Why you're
out,
not there
ask us some
already is
stuff.
beyond me.
Yeah, for everyone who's
For
listening.
real.
So, but yeah, you can find us on Instagram, OG.podcast, or Twitter's OverachieversP. Our website is OGpodcast.fm, where we give this episode and every episode where we talk about video games, pizza making, and Florida land stuff.
Florida Land.
So, anyway, we're going to maybe talk about a little bit of Loki afterwards, after the pod. So, if you want to.
I'm dipping. I haven't watched it yet.
Chef's gonna leave. Dom, you've watched it? You finished it, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we can talk a little bit about Loki, so we'll do spoilers and whatnot. So if you want to come hang out and watch this afterwards, you can follow us on twitch.tv/OG podcast to hit that notification bell so you know when we go live. Also, if you're on the Discord, it does a little notification for that saying that we're live, like 20 minutes after we're live, because that's just how
It actually
notifications work.
finished like this last week, right?
Yeah.
I heard the season finale was a banger.
Yeah, so we're going to talk
the
about
whole
it.
show is a fucking banger. There was
Really?
not a single dull moment of the show. I don't care what anyone says.
So
The
let me ask
every
you this.
episode was a banger.
Let me ask you this, because I didn't watch the Winter Soldier one.
trying
Is
to
that one
watch
pretty
the
good
show.
too? Oh,
I really enjoyed Captain America Winter Soldier.
Let me end the show. And then we can go for it. All right. I'll see you guys all
No.
next time. Until then. So come hang out. All right. Bye.
peace.
It was a good show. I enjoyed Captain America Winter Soldier a lot. It tied up a lot of stuff, and it brought a lot of questions. That's the thing, is like there's just so much happening in the last 10 years of MCU stuff that, like, to make the switch to whatever the new generation of Marvel stuff is, you gotta have closure in some way, and if not closure, you have to have a flowing narrative, right?
Yeah,
So
you got to set
Right.
stuff up.
yeah,
Yeah.
You can't just be like, oh, well, now this is what's happening. Be like, what
Yeah.
happened? You can't just be like, like, oh, like a recap video at the beginning of a movie.
Yeah.
That's 5 minutes long. It's just like,
Yeah,
it's just, and it's also, it's a money-making machine.
oh my god, yeah. Like Captain America Winter Soldier was definitely I would say a vehicle to like move from what we had of like the Chris Evans Captain America to whatever comes next in the MCU. So
Yeah, we'll see
I
what
really
happens.
enjoyed
When is Phase 4 technically happening? Is it now, or is it?
I think is Spider-Man the first Phase 4?
I want to say that's the case, yeah, because Spider-Man No Way Home, I think, is
And then it's
it
it's
kicks it off,
Spider-Man No
right?
Way Home, then it's Multiverse of Madness. Oh, so I think technically actually no, Black Widow
Black
is the
Widow.
first Phase 4.
Well,
Black Widow,
I don't necessarily agree with that because
that's what this is saying. Black
because
Widow, Shang-Chi, Eternal, Spider-Man No Way Home,
well,
Doctor Strange
Shang-Chi is the
Multiverse of
next one,
Madness.
right? Because that's in September.
That's the next one. Yeah, yeah.
I would say I mean Black. Did you watch Black Widow?
I've not watched it yet, no.
Okay. I mean, there's nothing. Black Widow is 100%. I mean, it sets it up for Phase 4.
I wonder if it's not a narrative thing that makes Phase 4, if it's literally just a time,
Character.
like a time when it's created.
It could be. I mean, the phase. I mean, that movie takes place between the end of Infinity War and Endgame.
Right. So I think then more so Phase 4
No,
doesn't.
not between Civil War and Infinity War. That's what I'm thinking.
Right. So I think it seems that like the phases of MCU aren't necessarily when the movie takes place, but when the movie comes out.
Okay, that makes sense. I mean, there's characters in that in the end of that movie that introduces it into Phase 4.
Sure.
So that
And I'm
makes
sure, well,
that
also
makes
maybe
sense,
that's the
but-
reason why it's also Phase 4 because it's tying into stuff that will be Phase 4. But yeah, Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Eternal, Spider-Man, No Way Home, Doctor. Everything we're seeing though is the biggest
wait
thing
for
here is going to
Eternals.
be, huh?
I can't wait for Eternals.
Yeah, Eternal's gonna be. There's
You
heavy.
think it's
hitting
gonna be really
talent in that.
good?
There's
I
so
think
many,
so.
Oh, there's so many. It can't not be good.
Like, I really hope. Did you read the newest? I'm in the middle of reading the new like Neil Gaiman comic book where it's like it's like modern day and they don't know their identities. They don't know who they are, and they're like waking up and like Icarus wakes up first and kind of learns that he's an Eternal and he's trying to get everybody else, and everyone thinks he's crazy and insane. It's very good. Neil Gaiman is like one of my favorite writers. So
He's
like,
good. The last Eternal run was really fun. The Eternals are cool characters. It's really cool characters. They're pretty much just they're very similar to Asgardians in terms of like who they are as people, but it's like yeah, it's fucking cool. I'm excited, and there's just so much good talent in the movie. It's like it is a movie, right? It's not a show.
movie, yeah.
I don't know why I just thought for a second it was a show.
No,
There's some good
movie.
talent in it. But really though, a lot of shit is building up for Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Like everything, like all the shows we've been seeing. So I'm very curious to see. Like the tie-ins are like so strong, but
Yeah, there's definitely. I mean, you haven't caught up at all yet, Chef, for Loki, or
have you
No,
not
I haven't
watched
even
them?
watched the first episode. No, I was. I don't know. I don't know why, but like I've.
it's good.
I prefer to watch everything at once
Well, now
instead
it's
of
done, so here
weekly.
you go.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll watch it this weekend. All right. Well, I'll leave so you guys can talk about it.
Okay, have
Um,
fun, enjoy. WoW. We'll see you later.
I'm gonna go drive my car.
Vroom,
Be
vroom.
safe, please.
Vroom vroom. Yes, I will be safe. But it was nice to see you guys, and I hope you guys have a fantastic week. Dom, you have a freaking
you
badass
so much.
vacation there,
Oh.
and Charlie, have fun setting up your new room.
I will. It's halfway set
dudes.
up. I just have a lot of cables and shit. Like right there, like all this stuff that's right here is just all my soldering station. So great.
And
Oh,
all
what's
the
up, Wolfer Thor?
watchers.
How's it going?
Peace. See
Yeah,
you
I'll-
over, Thor.
Later, buddy.
I might just try to stream later today. We'll see because it's only Saturday. It's 2:00.
Do it.
Anyway, yeah. So spoilers for Loki. If you haven't watched any of Loki or the final episode of Loki, spoilers, 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 as this says up here. You know, this says up here.
My favorite thing was actually in the second to last episode when Loki is going into the den of the other Lokis. As he's crawling down the stairs, they do like that shot through the earth, and in a little jar trying to get out and grab Mjolnir is Throg, who is the Throg is the Thor or the frog god of thunder. Super hilarious side character. He's actually a part of the Asgardians of the Galaxy, which was a really fun comic run. And that's what I really like about all of the people in charge of the MCU is that they're just taking so much care of like fun little side stuff from the comics into the shows and the movies, which they don't have to. They can do whatever they want. It's their own universe. You know what I mean? I think that's a
Yeah.
very important part that people realize too, is that these are each their own thing. But I saw it and I was like, oh my God, that's so funny. But yeah, that show, just absolutely wonderful. What a great show. Like cinematically, obviously, it's So well done with like the very 80s kind of theme, like in like 70s, even like a little bit or like 50s with like Miss Minutes, like that old timey
Yeah.
like, deal. But really well done. Ending was great. I feel like that show wasn't supposed to have a second season, and
I mean, they gave
the
it
like.
like I was surprised to see that they're going to do a season 2, but I thought
I
it
didn't
was
think they
interesting.
were.
I
I
didn't think
think
they
they
were.
really they saw it and they're like, oh shit, people love this. We have to do a season 2.
Well, not only that, but like I think that like it lends itself to, um, I mean, you have like an infinite like with the multiverse that's going to be coming out. Like he's now in a multiverse at the end there,
Well,
so
so what happened? Like, are you familiar with Kang? Kang the Conqueror?
no, not
So the
familiar.
way that I think that they did this is my theory. I haven't actually read anything up on this. I don't think Kang was in charge. So Kang's a bad guy.
Yeah,
Some
like I didn't know that like Kang is the villain in the new Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantum, whatever. So
he's gonna be the next big baddie for a lot of stuff. I'm guessing
he's
he's
like the
not
next Thanos.
he's not a one-off baddie. He Kang has been around for like 100 years in the comics. You know what I mean? There's no way he's just the next big bad. He's like a big baddie, right? Um, I think Kang wasn't in charge of the timeline at the end of Loki. I think Kang was imprisoned in that area, and I think obviously Sylvie killing him actually set him free, and that's why when Loki leaves that area, the timekeepers no longer timekeeper faces, they're Kang faces. So I think Kang escaping from there was able to manipulate the timeline in his favor. Because that's Kang has traveled through time and shit so much. Like that's like one of the annoying things about Kang in the comics is like you don't know when he's gonna pop up, like straight up. And like that's what makes him so dangerous. You know what I mean? Super bad dude. And I thought that was really interesting because I think that he manipulated events so hard. I think he manipulated Sylvie to get in there in order for her to like she's essentially now imprisoned in that space. I think the way that I was just reading how that went, and that's like somehow he manipulated the timeline. He got out of that space because Sylvie killed him, um, and then boom, took over the TVA. Like he changed the course of events so that like obviously like Mobius forgot what happened, like didn't recognize Loki or anything, and those TVA statues weren't timekeepers anymore. They were now Kang. So I don't know. I'm really interested to see how that works and like how that's building into it. This is this is what I'm saying. Like everything that's happening, WandaVision, Loki, this is all gonna and Spider-Man Far From Home. It's gonna lead up to some big climactic thing, and where Doctor Strange is gonna have to try to figure out how to fix the multiverse. Um, so yeah, I think I was like very surprised in the best way of how they did Loki because I knew it was gonna be good. I just wasn't ready for it to be like I got drawn in pretty good. Like
Yeah.
we yeah, for real.
I thought it was like, I mean, as somebody who doesn't know much about the characters per se, but I really only know the MCU stuff. I thought it was interesting to see like this character who you've been introduced to as a badass and somebody who's like unfettering in his ways of like I want to rule, like I'm who I am, to like actually have some sort of character arc. I thought was a fantastic way.
It gave him some dynamic. It gave him some kind of dynamic,
Yeah.
right? I mean, the fact that yeah, we saw some change of his character through the movies, like and necessarily him like understanding like, you know, who he is and his purpose, but it was still always like, kind of like, oh, Loki's gonna do something fucked up, right? But I think they took that in the show and they're like, we're Loki's, we always backstab someone, you know what I mean? And then like this Loki was like, I'm sick of the cycle. I thought it was really great character development. Really enjoyed it. The actress who plays Sylvie was phenomenal. Like I was also surprised by how great Owen Wilson was. Like
Yeah.
I thought he played such, I expected it to be so corny and like, wow. But like,
Yeah, I really wanted to wow.
I
So
think at one point he actually did wow. I think he did.
I hope so. I hope
I
someone
think
finds
when
it.
like Loki was like trying to like fake him out, he's like, "Wow, yeah, he almost got me." Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, I fucking loved it. I can't wait for season 2. I can't wait for Spider-Man From Home. I can't wait for Doctor Strange. Apparently, someone was saying in the Discord that like they changed the ending of WandaVision, where like Doctor Strange is like seen coming through the forest towards her, or an astral projection is like seen coming to her cabin in the woods at the end or some shit. I didn't see that.
You know what that is? I almost guarantee you I know what that is. It's somebody probably had a some sort of like thing in After Effects that was like tracking, and it was just fucked up because
Oh, someone said it. Wolverthor just said it wasn't real. It was a video edit. Oh, it's a bummer.
that's what it was. Yeah, I'm assuming that's probably what it was. Yeah.
Oh,
Somebody
bummer.
like was doing some sort of like visual effects stuff and like it tracked over and it was just like a little square or whatever the fuck it is. Because I've done that shit before by accident, so guaranteed. But it, like the crazy thing is like it passes, so the QC changes. It's wild to me that like this sort of QC stuff doesn't pass that stuff because it has to go through so many different channels and so many people see it. And everyone else is like, oh, someone else will fix this, and they never figured it out. So.
Oh, of course. I think also the reason people thought that is because Doctor Strange was supposed to be in WandaVision. Like Benedict Cumberbatch, I think even they filmed some scenes with him for WandaVision, but it just got taken out.
Yeah, left on the editing room floor.
Yeah,
as they say.
Yeah.
It's a triangle looking thing and follows the camera right until the cabin. Yeah, I mean it's probably somebody just with in After Effects doing a tracking marker that fucked up. Probably. And people are like, look at this astral projection. She's like,
yeah.
You know who's gonna get astral projected? The guy who fucking did that is gonna get astral projected into a new job.
Right. Oh my god, that's so funny.
But either way, I'm excited. So what's up? The next thing is Shang-Chi, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing else that's coming out after that.
I don't think so. I think we're in chill mode.
Yeah, just replace it with a Starbucks cup. So, funny thing about that Starbucks cup, actually it wasn't a Starbucks cup. I think it was just a crafty cup in Game of Thrones. So, the cinematographer on that episode of Game of Thrones, his name's David Franco. I just worked with him on. David Franco's a good friend of mine, and I just worked with him on the Ray Donovan finale. I asked him when I texted him, I was like, David, like, did you leave your Starbucks cup or your crafty cup on the table? And he's like, I saw it. I tried to tell him about it. No one gave a fuck. It was take one of that when that happened. So they cleared it for like the remainder takes, but just funny thing to show that like take one, no matter what, they will always use a take. That's why it just always happens. It's just funny how that works out.
Jeez.
I heard it from the horse's mouth. Yeah, even on Game of Thrones. And even still, like, people are like, how many people see that shot and be like, oh, someone else will take care of this, and no one took care of it.
Mm-hmm.
It just happens.
That's how it is, baby.
Sometimes. Or the wrong clip got conformed when they're doing the DI.
100%. It's crazy shit. Yeah.
It's very strange. But anyway, so, yeah, I guess Shang-Chi's next in September, and then it's Spider-Man's in October?
I don't know when Spider-Man is.
Or is it November? Well, I know Eternals is in November. So what is it? MCU timeline?
It says 2021. So
we have
December 17th.
Release schedule is what I was looking for.
I'm so happy that
we have What
Molina
If coming out. We have What If coming out.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
August. I'm actually very, very much looking forward to that. So we have Black Widow came out, which I thought was okay. I mean, I enjoyed it.
I haven't seen it yet.
I mean, it wasn't my favorite Marvel movie. It was okay. So Black Widow was in July. Shang-Chi's September. Eternals is November. Spider-Man No Way Home is in December. Then Doctor Strange is in March. Then we have Thor: Love and Thunder in May. Another Black Panther in July. The Marvels is next November. The next Ant-Man and the Wasp with Kang, I believe, is in February 2023. Guardians of the Galaxy is in May, and then whatever. So the Disney Plus shows are... The next Disney Plus show is August 11th. So we have, less than 3 weeks until that comes out for What If, and I think that's 8 episodes.
Oh, for sure.
It's kind of cool. I'm looking forward to that. I like animated series, and I think that it's definitely going to be a good way to do that. And then after that, it's Hawkeye and Ms. Marvel are later on this year.
Oh yeah. So. Cool. Can't wait. It's good shit.
Yeah. A lot of cool things coming out.
Cool time for entertainment.
Absolutely. Just want more. Always want more. So, all right.
It's true.
I think that's going to do it for me. So,
I think
There
so
you go.
too, buddy. I think this would go good hang, good sesh. Thanks for the homies hanging out. War with our Hellfire, got a plan stand. All the homes coming in.
Huge.
So
All the usual peeps. Who is streaming right now? We can go say what's up.
we could raid Shroud, who has 58,000 people. That would be hilarious, actually.
Shroud.
Shroud's just watching the ESL Counter Strike global offensive shit. It's something when these big streamers do that. Like he's just watching he's like not co-stream. I don't know what you would call it, but like
Commenting.
he's watching a pro tournament and just like not commentating, but like I guess commentating on his own stream.
It's hilarious. He's got 9.4 million followers. He's just hanging out. 61,000 people watching him right now. Crazy. Oh yeah, I just got an ad for the new Zelda.
Sen Raven's going. Do Sen Raven.
Yeah, but he's playing Strike Force. I don't really want to go there.
Okay.
It's always phone cats, I suppose. Playing. Excuse me, I'm dying over here.
Please don't die.
Yeah, we'll raid phone cats. Why not? Cool guy. God damn. Love you too, Wolvathor. Hope you're doing well. We need to have you on the podcast again to just talk MFR. If you ever want to come on.
MFR. And MFR is that's the proper abbreviation. I didn't think about it. It
Word.
just sounds funny.
Y'all have a good one. Thanks, guys. I'll catch you later. I'm gonna try to stream today if I can. But we'll see.
Word up.
But anyways, cool. Hit that raid button. Go say what's up to Phone Cats. Yeah, sounds good. All right, cool. See you guys. Peace.
I don't even know who Phone Cats is. Who is this person?
He plays League of Legends